to extend my profound thanks to everybody that's been so gracious and loving during these now almost a month. My brother was my hero in every sense of the word. He was braver than me in every way, yet cautious and solid. He wasn't perfect, yet he did everything right. I trusted him with everything, my sacred thoughts, my precious son, my health and welfare, my vulnerability. He was younger and yet so much wiser than I will ever be. He possessed true Zen nature, beginning in childhood and keeping it through adulthood. All his actions stemmed from kindness, goodness, and truth. He was always firmly part of this earth, and yet somehow always hovered slightly above it. He was my beacon, and with his loss, this world has dimmed considerably. I remember hot nights as we grew up in Fresno, running around in sprinklers and driving with my parents in the oversized Oldsmobile to get root beer at A&W. I remember finger painting with him on the porch and gathering in the upstairs bedroom, euphoric while watching a blimp pass by. I remember the smell of the air, the cotton culottes I had on, and the soft, warm palm of his hand in mine. But mostly, I remember adoring him. He was my protector as we walked the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul in our 20s, and remained just that through some very challenging times. Though his passion was for opera, whereas mine was for flamenco, we shared a common soundtrack to our lives, a shared history. We would trade lists of films and books that moved us, tacitly understanding the nuances and subtext of how they defined our upbringing and family dynamic. I thought we had much time left for the warmth of holidays spent together, for texting each other about our joys and frustrations in life, shared jokes only we understood, quiet moments in which we felt the joy of simply being around one another. My brother never complained and buffered others from any pain he might have had. Although at times he kept some of his experiences of the sublime to himself, content to process and live them internally, his sensitivity, awareness, and depth were always accessible. He somehow balanced all things with grace and was able to be both observer and participant in all he did. My brother was an honorable man who died utterly content. He was doing exactly what he would have wanted to be doing and was surrounded by beauty, light, and life. As Mary said to me recently, nature took him. Perhaps the earth needed him to add more goodness to the world. My beautiful Paul, your spirit is everywhere. You understood our shared history, even with all of its imperfections. The memories you left me are so precious. Our visit to the opera in Reno last summer, surprising me at my 50th birthday with no notice beforehand necessary. Your quiet way of entering a room as if you were already there or had never quite left. Memories of you in Turin, teasing the gendarmes in the gardens in Paris, being giddy with excitement going to the nut tree for cookies during a Sunday excursion with mom and dad as children, and the list of things you loved: animals, the absurd, ice cream, and driving too fast, Kona and traveling, simplicity, giving, and giving more, top shelf tequila, forgiveness, extravagance and frugality, your family, mom and dad, Turin and me, Mary and Aspen. You found the divine in nature, in opera, and in the eyes of your beloved dog Kona. And so this is what I know, that your smile comforted many, that you were truly seen, that you knew exactly what was important, lived precisely the way you wanted to, and created a life around this simple yet profound ideology. That the wind seems to carry your gentle voice, whispering that nature and Kona and you are now one. That your life continues to unfold like a beautiful gift found in the middle of the desert, little droplets of water sustaining hope on even the driest of days. That you saw the infinite in the stars and intimacy in the mountains and had roots in the most ancient of trees. You have always been of this earth, and you will always be.